Hey guys, I wanted to give you a screencast as well as a video message combined today because I need to reference several things that are on the screen. So what you're looking at is the hyperslide, which is much like the hyperdocs that we've used. It's just a Google slide instead of a Google Doc. So this is the plan for April. There's a version of this that you'll use that's a published version, and it's interactive. So these are buttons. You can click them and get to the Canvas page for the day, and then there's where you would submit the assignment for the day. I want to emphasize, I'm not changing the workflow. I'm not changing anything. I'm just trying to make it easy for you to see what you need to do each day. So this is sort of like the roadmap that I did before spring break, just trying to reformat it and again make it as user-friendly and as easy as I possibly can. So again, the yellow text here isn't an active link. It's just text telling you the purpose of the day, and then the buttons are active. So the purpose, what we're doing the rest of the way is again getting ready for the exam. So I got an idea from a colleague on the Facebook group that I'm in. It's something that I used to use back in when I used to teach environmental science quite a bit. It's called a one-pager. And essentially what you're doing is think of like a book report on a chapter. So it's sort of kind of like an outline. It's a one-page summary of a topic. So what I'm going to ask you to do is create a one-page summary of every unit as you move through each day. So you can see on the screen right now, we've got up through Unit 5 in April. We'll do the last 2 in May, and that'll take us right up to the exam. So there's another one of these hyper slides that you'll see when the time comes for May. But in terms of what should go on your one pager and what it is, there are sample documents. There's a website that has several examples. They're not specific to AP Chem or anything along those lines. This is just like a teaching tool type of thing. So I would suggest you look at those. The big thing that is kind of unique for our situation is remember the style of the test. The test is free response questions. There's no trivia. There's no multiple choice. So take your notes, make your one-pager accordingly. Plan for free response type questions. I think it would be really smart to spend some time looking at past AP exam questions over each topic so you have an idea, okay, when they ask about, say, electron configuration on a free response question, what does that look like? You've seen maybe not most of the topics. You've seen a lot of the topics because I use old free response questions on your test. But I think it would be good to just refresh your memory. It's been a long year. It's been a grind. This last couple of weeks has been stressful, to say the least. Our brains are probably not working at full capacity. So it'd probably be a good idea to look back at that stuff and just kind of refresh your mind of, okay, this is what these questions kind of feel like. This is what they look like. This is where they try to get you. And so let me make sure my one pager is going to fill those things in. The other piece of advice I have is know thyself. If you are terrible at math, your one pager should probably have a lot of math stuff there. If you're terrible at remembering the specifics between vocab, focus on vocab. Again, know thyself. My goal is when you're taking the test, you're just gonna the AP exam. Well, we obviously have no more tests. Well, for that matter, while I'm thinking about it, we're getting ready for the AP exam, and then we're done. We're done after the AP exam. You won't have anything to do after that. Anyway, the goal for the one pagers is you don't have to search through pages and pages of notes or textbook or Google or whatever during the testing window, because that 45 minutes is going to go quick. Especially if you're somebody that takes the full class period to take the test, that 45 minutes is going to go pretty quick. So we can't afford to burn 5 minutes looking for an answer. We can't afford to burn 3 minutes looking for an answer. We got to be able to kind of flip to and then move on. So that's my goal. Number one, to help you review. Number two, to excuse me. I find that sometimes as a football coach, just putting my play sheet together, the act of preparing in that way, and organizing my thoughts and things like that. That helps me as much as actually having the product, as actually having the play sheet on Friday night. So that was sort of in my thought process along my line of reasoning or whatever I'm trying to say there. So couple of goals here, but again, the big thing is trying to help you get ready for that exam. So I know I kind of got sidetracked there in the middle of that. I apologize. It's just like being in class, right? So I hope that this process makes sense. Again, check out the check out the video reviews that the AP Classroom folks, the AP YouTube channel is posting, and I'll continue to build resources as we go. Last thing, I'll kind of leave and summarize with this. The first 3 units are pretty well filled up. I don't expect you to necessarily follow this pace that's on the calendar. Work at your own pace. But know that if you're working way in advance, like the Unit 5 review is pretty sparse at this point. I'm building the reviews sequentially. And so Unit 1 is pretty robust at this point, and that's your lesson for Monday the 13th. So you definitely are good there. Unit 2 is really, really close. I'm still looking for 1 or 2 more resources to add in there. Unit 3, again, really close. Unit 4, it's a little lighter, and then Unit 5, you pretty much can't do anything beyond Unit 5. Unit 5 is kind of bare bones at this point. The AP YouTube reviews have been done up through Unit 4. So these are the live versions will be starting on the 13th or something like that. So with all that being said, let me just summarize quickly. Make a 1-pager each day, take a picture of it, submit it. That's your daily work. The big goal is to be ready for the exam. Last but not least, let me flash forward to next month. Exam day. Get rid of my face. Exam day is May 14th. That's a waiver day. This time is meaningless. This time does not mean anything. I know, but I don't know the time of our test. I'll follow up with that. But I just want to plant that seed now. Our test is on May 14th, and that's a waiver day, but you still have to take the test that day. So with all that being said, if you have questions, please email me, let me know, and just keep grinding. I really do think this is a great opportunity for us to steal some credits, and I'm excited to see how well you guys do. So I hope you're doing well, and I will talk with you soon.